Welcome back to the baseball ground for an under 13s game between Derby boys and Coventry boys. Derby boys in the first half have David Nelson in goal. Number 2 will be James Parsons. 3, Alex Wake. Number 4, Steve Powell. 5, Sanjeev Chopra. Number 12 will be Barry Holland. 10, Andrew Tretton. 17, Simon Mackin. 15, Matt Hancocks. 7, Carl Cunningham. And 8, James Powell. There will be changes to the side in the second half. Unfortunately, Chris Jackson not fit to play, so James Powell is wearing number 8. Coventry, they have Ken Beach in goal. Number 2, Mark Ross the captain. 3, Andy Clark. 4, Ryan Gallagher. 5, Barry Jones. 6, Peter Campbell. 7, Richard Lavery. 8, Craig Armstrong. 9, Easton Christie. 10, Luke Mahoney. 11, Simon Holt. 12 is Michael Rayner. 14, Ray Isaac. 15, Dave Bates. 16, Adam Connolly. The substitute goalkeeper, Martin Frankish. I'll pick out the sides as they line up, because obviously they may not line up according to the sheet I've been given. Everybody's changing round. In fact, number 12 is on for Coventry, who is Michael Rayner, playing in the centre of defence. And number 13 on the right wing is Ray Isaac. So Derby with ball back with James Parsons. Good play there by Sanjeev Chopra. Ball rolled out to Alex Wake. Victor Campbell there for Coventry, trying to get them through. And goalkeeper David Nelson makes a good stop there. Goal kick there, good break by number 7, Carl Cunningham. But eventually out for the goal kick to be taken by Ken Beach. Forward by Andrew Tretton. Steve Powell. Alex Wake into touch. Throw into Coventry. Taken by Richard Lavery. Lavery again. And that's a corner. Ball out for the corner. That was Simon Mackin over hitting the back pass to goalkeeper Nelson. number 12, Michael Boris Rayner, is up in the penalty area for this kick. And that drifts in by number 6, Peter Campbell. Opens the scoring. Drifting in the wind. Using the outside of his right foot to drift that across, giving David Nelson no chance at all. So early success for Coventry. Derby now with Steve Powell. And the ball across. Ken Beach coming out to collect. After Matt Hancock's only managed to get the ball into the air. Steve Powell for Derby. Andrew Tretton. Steve Powell again for Derby. Lavery again, out by Sanjeev Chopra. Andrew Tretton looking for Steve Powell, didn't he find him this time? Andrew Tretton again. Barry Holland there chasing that ball out on the Derby right. Wins a corner kick. Short corner. Carl Cunningham with a cross. Bunt forward there by James Parsons, but straight to goalkeeper Beach. Good play by Matt Hancock. And he finds Lavery though. Isaac. Lavery again in the thick of the action for Mark Ross, the captain. Puts it upfield. David Nelson now with a kick. Tretton going for it. Coventry now. Ball out for a Coventry throw. Ball back with Mark Ross. Michael Rayner through to Eyston Jones. Eyston Christie, rather. Steve Powell now for Derby. And a push by Carl Cunningham there. Gives Coventry a free kick. Out by Alex Wake. And the throw to be taken by Lavery. Eyston Christie. Sanjeev Chopra. And that's ball back by Matt Hancock, giving Alex Wake no chance at all. Another throw. To goal scorer Campbell. It's Campbell again. A goal kick to Derby Boys under 13. Flick on by Tretton. Played by James Powell to Carl Cunningham, but it's Coventry getting the ball away again. Eyston Christie. Andrew Tretton battling his way through, but back to his goalkeeper by Ryan Gallagher. Ken Beach now. Out to Lavery. Which is Lavery. Into Campbell, the goal scorer, Lavery again. James Parsons. Lavery for Isaac, but he's tackled by left back Wake. And for Cunningham. Out for Barry Holland. Steve Powell. Good tackle by Luke Mahoney. Derby throw. Powell to Parsons, back to Powell. Powell with a first time cross, out by Campbell. Only to Parsons. Shot not probably hit there by Matt Hancock's. Ken Beach, no problem. Lavery. Ball there. But Derby unable to take advantage of it. And Beach's kick. Sanjeev Chopra into touch. Eyston Christie. Back to Richard Lavery. But that's too close to goalkeeper Nelson. Decided not to touch it anyway. Goal kick to Derby Boys. But the score is 1-0 in Coventry's favour. Goal scored by Peter Campbell. Drifting a cross shot over David Nelson into the far corner, giving him very little chance. Good tackle there. It's Campbell, the goal scorer. Back to Lavery. Does well. Campbell, Lavery. Matt Hancock's with him. He eventually goes off Mark Rees for the throw. To be taken by Alex Wake. Off Ross again. Tretton. Tretton again. Lavery. Back to his goalkeeper, Ken Beach. Derby boys have just returned from a visit to Dallas, USA, where they won 3 and lost 3 games. Last Saturday, they won the County Cup final when they defeated Chesterfield 2-1 after extra time. Chopper with that clearance into touch. Leading goal scorer for Derby boys, Carl Cunningham, with 18 goals. It's Andrew Tretton, Matt Hancock's. Ken Beach now. Steve Powell jumps underneath it. James Parsons to Steve Powell. Good play by Powell. Son of the former Derby County player with the same name, Steve Powell. Grandfather Tommy, of course. A great favourite here in the 40s, 50s and early 60s. Lavery. Campbell to Lavery. Good play by him, but out by Simon Mackin. Here come Coventry again. Ball gathering pace off the pitch though, and Andy Clark, the left back, unable to keep the ball in. James Parsons now with the throw. Spondon lad, James Parsons. Punts the ball forward. Good chase here. Trickery there from Carl Cunningham, but he pulls his man over. So, free kick. And Derby were in quite a reasonable position. That's Campbell, back to Ken Beach. Derby in their games this season have played 25 games so far, winning 13, losing 9, drawing 4. Scored 58 goals and conceded 37. It's the playing record of this under-13 side. That's Lavery. Out by Wake, only to Isaac. Wake again as well. Matt Hancock's into Andrew Tretton. Cunningham. Steve Powell. Holland. Good flow move by Derby now. And looking for number 8, James Powell, but not on that occasion. James Powell down to Matt Hancock. Powell again. It's the other Powell in the side. Of course, we saw Steve Powell's younger brother, David Powell, in goal earlier on in the under-11s match. Steve Powell cut it out for Derby. Matt Hancock knocks it on to James Powell. Hancock. Cut out by Luke Mahoney. Now Isden Christie. Mahoney again. Andy Clark forward. Sandeep Chopra forward. Andrew Tretton. Nice ball to Holland. Barry Holland. Now it's Andy Clark for Coventry. Isden Christie. Sandeep Chopra. James Powell beaten by Mark Ross. Richard Lavery. Mark Ross. Put out by Alex Wake. Harry Holland. That's a score of Peter Campbell. Lavery forward for Iceton Christie. The ball back to goalkeeper David Nelson by Simon Mackin. That's Christie. Matt Hancock's being fouled as he bunted that ball forward and did not knock on the ankle. And he's going to have some treatment there. Is Matt Hancock's. So interestingly for Derby boys, we have the Steve Powell, and of course Derby boys and Derby County fans will obviously be monitoring his progress. And I'm not so sure that, speaking from memory here, Andrew Tretton, number 10, I'm not sure that his father wasn't a goalkeeper on Derby's books at one time. Simon Mackin with a kick. Steve Powell knocking it on. And back to his goalkeeper by Andy Clark. Ken Beach there. No problems with that. Andrew Tretton. Harry Holland now in a chase with Andrew Clark, but Clark always the winner on that one. Steve Powell going for that one. Controlling it onto the ground, but not controlling the pass out to the wing. Ball inside for Ryan Gallagher. Number 11 for Simon Holt. Andrew Tretton for Derby, but into touch. Campbell back to Clark. Lavery. Chopra cuts it out. Lavery coming, but so is Andrew Tretton. Loses control of it, and it's Mark Ross, the captain of Coventry, knocking it forward. And Simon Mackin policing Iceton Christie very well indeed. Nice pass out there by Luke Mahoney to Simon Holt for Coventry. And Luke Mahoney offside. And the return ball came through. So Simon Mackin again with a kick. And he gets the ball back again. Try to knock it for Parsons. Parsons on the ball now. Into touch for a Coventry ball. It's Luke Mahoney with the throw. James Parsons with Simon Holt, and Simon Holt trying to elbow him out of the way there. So free kick to Derby boys to be taken by Simon Mackin. Forward by Mahoney. Alex Wake now for Derby. Number 7 is Carl Cunningham, the leading scorer. Gets a shot straight into the near post, but Ken Beach, no problems whatsoever. Very big lad, Ken Beach. Hard to think that he's under 13. Steve Powell now for Derby. Mahoney. Christie stumbles, but Holt gets the ball through to Lavery. It's Alex Wake slicing his pass and eventually recovering to get a neat back pass to David Nelson. That's Mahoney. Aston Christie. And foul on Alex Wake there by Ray Isaac. So Aston Christie. Tackled by Simon Mackin. It's now Barry Holland. Now for James Powell. But he gets his cross too near the goalkeeper. Ken Beach with the kick. Steve Powell backtracking. His head to the ball. Drops for Christie. Powell in quickly. Powell in quickly again. For Cunningham. That was Ryan Gallagher. Steve Powell going on though for Derby. It's Luke Mahoney tidying up. Back to goalkeeper Ken Beach. It's Alex Wake. Mahoney gets the toe in there. It's Sandeep Chopra shepherding the ball back to goalkeeper David Nelson. Here for Holland. Controlled by Holland. Then that's the ball, almost beats him. Cunningham unable to get that. It's Mark Ross, the captain, forward. Sandeep Chopra, wide of goalkeeper David Nelson for a corner to Coventry. So that puts more pressure on Derby than they really wanted. Holland with Aston Christie. Christie gets the effort over. Chopra clears, and it in fact comes off Luke Mahoney for a Derby boys throw. James Parsons with it. It's the ball back from Peter Campbell. Thrown now to Coventry. Luke Mahoney to take it. And Aston Christie has just gone off the field. Coventry win a throw off Carl Cunningham. Coventry at the moment playing with 10 men. Parsons with the clearance for Derby. Over to Cunningham, but it's Mark Ross with the clearance. On by Holt. Sandeep Chopra. Turns away from Lavery. Thrown to Derby, and Christie's back on the field. So back to 11 aside. Steve Powell with a throw off Christie. Cunningham, beaten by Ross. Andrew Tretton tries to feed Holland. And Christie in late on Tretton. Free kick to Derby. Simon Mackin. Alex Waite. Good for Carl Cunningham. Cunningham trying the trickery. Back to Matt Hancock's. Cunningham. Tackled by Andrew Tretton. On Campbell. Trying to Coventry. Campbell, that's Ross, now to Christie. Looking for Isaac, but doesn't find him. Hancock's with the throw. Christie beaten by Wake, who took a knock on the head. It's Alex Wake who went up for the ball a moment ago with Marston Christie and took a knock on the head for his pains. Be thrown to Derby. Tom Cox will take it when play resumes. Ross to Lavery. Another throw to Coventry. Lavery again. Past Steve Powell. Ball goes across to Campbell. Mahoney. Ball out for left back Andy Clark. Barry Holland tackling back, and a push on Holland gives Derby a free kick. James Parsons now on the ball. Leaving it to Simon Mackin. That's Mahoney on the ball. Cunningham now. Trying to find Hancock's. Hancock's does well. Over hits a pass to Barry Holland. The rain started to fall here at the baseball ground. The thin drizzle. James Parsons now for Derby boys. Barry Holland through to Cunningham. Cunningham. Can he get... Couldn't get through there. Outnumbered. Ken Beach hasn't really had a problem this half. Now he's got to come out of his area, does so competently. James Parson shepherds the ball out for the throw, takes it quickly. Steve Powell. Barry Holland. Andy Clark. Marston Christie up there with Sanjeev Chopra. Comes off worst. Andrew Tretton there. The ball is up and away. Not much football on the ground being played just then. Barry Holland. Back to James Powell. Again for Holland, but it's Ryan Gallagher. And Christie again taking another knock. So he's receiving a little bit of treatment. But the wind not swirling around quite as much as it did. And it was certainly that probably helped Campbell's shot to drift over David Nelson into the far corner to give Coventry that lead in the 7th minute. Barry Holland. Andrew Tretton. Gets a good crossover. Steve Powell. but he was leaning back and met the ball on the up, and over the bar it went. Lavery, back to Ken Beach. Ross, throwing to Derby. Off Hancock's for another throw to Coventry. Lavery with it. That was Wake in quickly. Steve Powell back into touch, throwing to Coventry. Lavery back to Ross. Tretton into touch. Most of the play in this midfield area at the moment. That's Isaac, but he finds Wake. Hancock's tackled into touch by Lavery. Been very busy on this right flank for Coventry. And there he is again, knocking it forward to Christie. And it's Chopra at the back there, back into touch after Christie had knocked it over Simon Mackin. It's Ross forward again, Wake. Hancock's for Derby, force for Lavery. Chopra in to beat Christie. Campbell. That's Holt. Christie with Chopra. Forced wide by Chopra. Slips on the now wet surface. And there we have the half-time whistle. 35, in fact 40 minutes up. With Coventry leading by 1-0. The goal scored in 7 minutes by Peter Campbell. So we'll wait now to see what happens in the second half. The score, Derby 0, Coventry 1. Right, here we are back for the second half of this game between Derby and Coventry. Good tackle. That gives Coventry a throw. Coventry have made 1 or 2 substitutions, as have Derby. Derby have rearranged their defence. There's the second half goalkeeper Peter Davis. Out to number 6 Andrew Glennie, who's playing in the left back position. And at right back we have number 11 Mark Alsop. It's a free kick to Derby. The centre of defence is still Sanjeev Chopra and Simon Mackin, as in the first half. At number 9 on the right flank we have Emeka Ejiofor. It's Mackin forward, trying to get it to number 14 Jimmy McDermott, who's the second half substitute. That's Coventry with Andy Clark back to goalkeeper Ken Beach. Central midfield is still Steve Powell and Andrew Tretton. There's Steve Powell knocking it forward. And up front we have number 7 Carl Cunningham, as in the first half, plus number 16 Andrew Ely, who is on for James Powell. It's Cunningham on a chase with number 5 Barry Jones. He's one of the substitutes for Coventry. We have a player who Hasn't got a number on his back, so can't identify him, unfortunately. That was Mark Ross, the captain. Lavery again. Barry Jones only finds Glennie to Chopra. He's tackled by Holt, though. And Christie on a chase through, but goalkeeper Pete Davis is out quickly. Ejiofor. If I pronounce that correctly, or I've got somewhere near it. Mahoney's throw, in fact, goes out via Simon Holt for, in fact, Holt was fouling, so it's a free kick to Derby. Mackin again with a kick, looking for Steve Powell. It's gone over him. Luke Mahoney clears. Into touch by Mark Alsop. Holt to Campbell to Holt to Ejiofor tackling back. Luke Mahoney to take the throw. Ejiofor back to Alsop. Andy Clark forward. The free kick to Derby. As with all the free kicks, Simon Mackin to do the honours for Derby. Looking to the right to Ejiofor, knocks it forward nicely. And that's out for a throw to Derby County by Ryan Gallagher. Throw in. Not back out again though. Simon Holt robs Ejiofor. There's Chopra. And an offside, despite the fact the ball got through to Andrew Ely. That'll be Barry Jones with the kick. Drifting it out to the left and too far, in fact, throwing to Derby. Ely. Alsop. Looking for Ejiofor on the right. Well played by Andy Clark of Coventry. In comes Alsop again, but that ball skidding right through to Ken Beach. Rain stopped now, and the sun trying to get out. It's Tretton. Only for Lavery, and it's left back Andrew Glennie. Christie stopped by Mackin, but now the ball is with Lavery. Back to Ross, the captain. Christie pushing on Simon Mackin by Aston Christie. Free kick. And Pete Davis is going to take it. Looking for Steve Powell. It goes over Powell and Campbell. Campbell tries to flick it over Powell. Hits him. That's Andrew Ely. Ejiofor to Tretton. Out to Jimmy McDermott. Into Cunningham, but leading scorer Cunningham's had very little joy this afternoon. There comes Jimmy McDermott. It's the Coventry captain Ross doing very well and eventually clearing downfield to Christie. Christie turning well, but Mackin playing in very well indeed, and it comes out to Emeka Ejiofor. Crosses too near the goalkeeper, who doesn't gather the ball first time for a big lad. Made a bit of a meal of that one. So Ken Beach kicking downfield. Finds Simon Holt. And back to goalkeeper Davis by Mackin. Davis' kick now, looking for Ely. Chopra. Clark to Mahoney, but Chopra's there again. Ely doesn't get his pass in to Tretton. Mahoney back to Clark. Christie. Campbell looking for Christie. Chopra misses the kick. And he didn't miss Christie though. Missed the ball but didn't miss Christie. Free kick to Coventry. So the sun out bright again as we wait for the game to recommence. There's 8 minutes gone of the second half. Score remains 1-0 to Coventry. 7th minute goal by Peter Campbell. Coventry substitute is warming up and he's in fact about ready to come on, but whether he'll be needed at this stage I don't know. Christie has had 1 or 2 knocks in this match. There's and in fact Christie coming off. Christie is going off. I'll see who comes on in his stead. Number 8, I think Craig Armstrong is the man who's come on. Well over the bar there by Barry Jones. So Craig Armstrong coming on for Iceland Christie. Goal kick to Derby Boys. Peter Davis with a kick. On by Powell. Knocked down by Ely to Powell. Cunningham to Ely. But a pass out to the right, easily cut out by Mahoney, but well robbed there. And it's Ely going through for Derby, and he's fouled by Campbell, goal scorer for Coventry. And inevitably Simon Mackin to take the kick. Trying a direct shot, but would have gone wide anyway had Ken Beach not gathered it. Drew Tretton under this one, but knocks it too far forward, and Emeka Ejiofor gave up the chase. Ken Beach again. Steve Powell beaten by Mahoney. Thrown to Derby though. Steve Powell. Back to Mark Alsop. Emeka Ejiofor failed to control it, but wins the throw off Andy Clark. Steve Powell. We have another Coventry injury. boot off. I think it could be goal scorer Campbell. Tying his boot up. So back into play again. Ejiofor. That's Chopra into touch to prevent Craig Armstrong getting progression down the left flank. Mahoney. Ejiofor into touch. Luke Mahoney for Coventry again. Into Campbell. Ejiofor intercepts. Kick spiralling up into the air. Eventually it's Barry Jones forward. Luke Mahoney, Ejiofor tackling back. And it comes, but Mahoney wins it back off him. Chopra gets the foot there. Mackin slices it back. Allsop misses his kick. Throw into Derby. For Ejiofor. Tackled out of it though by Mahoney. Craig Armstrong. Lavery, but cleared to Jimmy McDermott. Looking for Steve Powell, who's pushed up forward. An overhit pass there. Rush of blood. Good header forward there. Steve Powell chasing it, but Ken Beach will get there first. Header forward by Andrew Glennie, who's pushed forward in front of the back four. And it looks as though Andrew Ely was just there knocking the ball down. Simon Mackin. Andrew Ely has dropped back to the left back position. And Steve Powell gone up front. Barry Jones forward. Sandeep Chopra. And he finds Lavery. Richard Lavery. Low cross comes over. Ejiofor clears. Throw in to the Sky Blues of Coventry. To Lavery. Good header out. Armstrong failing to get hold of his shot, so Peter Davis has no more trouble to come out and collect a loose ball. Good kick by Davis to the halfway line, up by Powell. Good knock on. Cunningham there. Mark Ross, the Coventry captain, and a corner kick. It'll be Amika Ejiofor to take it. Left wing corner coming 16 minutes into the half, but of course we have had two stoppages. One for cleared, bouncing Coventry's way, blocked their threatened shot by Mahoney. Now it comes on to Holt. Holt hacks it to the left. Mahoney picks up again. Craig Armstrong going down the middle, further down the left in fact. There he is. And that's Simon Holt, but Peter Davis, no trouble. We've had two stoppages for treatment to Eyston Christie, of course, who's now been replaced. And to that man, the goal scorer Peter Campbell. Number 6 for Coventry. Now here's your 4. And he gets past Andrew Clark. Couldn't beat him for pace, and it's a goal kick. Clark just managed to play it onto edge of 4. Couldn't get away from his man there. And Coventry are going to make another substitution. Andrew Clark, the left back, is going off. Onto the field. We have another player without a number on. The only outfield players I think I've mentioned, certainly Adam Connolly and Dave Bates. So the two substitutes without numbers are certainly Dave Bates and Adam Connolly, but which is which, I've no idea, I'm afraid. Edge 4. Good trickery there. Good tackle. Edge 4. To be taken by Mark Alsop for Derby. Back to Alsop. Lamps it forward. First bounce out of play into the Osmaston Terracing. Which just 48 hours ago was full of jubilant Luton Town supporters who'd seen their side defeat Derby County by 3-2 and retain their First Division position. But back to this match. This Bank Holiday Monday, May Day Bank Holiday Monday, May the 7th. Steve Powell now for Derby, leaving it to Andrew Glennie. Out to Jimmy McDermott, tries to go around Ross. Gets a crossover, is edge 4. It's a shot towards goal. And Ross out for the corner after Ryan Gallagher has somewhat sliced a clearance in his direction. So it's edge 4 again to take a right foot in swinging corner, but curves it behind the goal, puts too much curve on it. I don't think it got halfway towards the goal before it drifted out. So unfortunate there for Derby. And Ken Beach, the big goalkeeper, goes off, and Martin Frankish comes on in his stead. Barry Jones with the kick. Andrew Glennie forward. Kevin Gallagher homing in on goal. Gets a cross shot. It's a goal kick though. Couldn't pull it back. So Martin Frankish not in trouble with the first effort on his goal. And Barry Jones with the goal kick. Flick on by Craig Armstrong, that was, for Coventry. Now we have Steve Powell. And Steve Powell equalises. Kept his head well there. Mistake in the midfield by Coventry, and punished in impeccable fashion there by Steve Powell. Keeping his head and equalising. Steve Powell equalising 22 minutes into this second half. So 1 goal apiece. Everything to play for in the remaining time here at the baseball ground. Must be about 1/4 hour Also with injury time. Mark Alsop. Ejiofor, but it's out of play. Throw in to protect by Luke Mahoney for Coventry. Into Campbell. Ejiofor gets ahead to it. It's going to drift out though, just by the halfway line for a throw into Coventry City. Look at me. They used to commentate on Derby County matches. Coventry boys. Andrew Tretton. That's Andrew Glennie. Forward to Luke Mahoney for Coventry. Sandeep Chopra cuts it out beautifully. Andrew Glennie again. Gallagher. Not Gallagher. Cunningham all the way back to Pete Davis. Carl Cunningham. Flick on by McDermott a moment ago. And there he is again. Chasing Ross, the Coventry captain. Throw into Derby. Dermott to take it. And just past the post there by Andrew Tretton. Good surge forward. And there's a bit new spring in the step of the Derby team since Steve Powell's goal. Simon Mackie. Throw into Derby. Ely to take it. Steve Powell. Infield. Headed out by Ryan Gallagher, and it comes off Peter Campbell for a Derby throw. Barry Jones with the clearance. Craig Armstrong knocks it up in the air. Glennie. Powell. Powell going through. Goalkeeper Frankish kicks it into touch. Powell all right again. Thrown to Derby. No trouble for Frankish there. Too near his goal there by Andrew Glennie. Glennie again knocks it forward. Offside flag against Cunningham. So Barry Jones with a free kick for Coventry. Holt, Simon Holt to Luke Mahoney. Trying to play that through for Richard Lavery. Peter Davis out to Andrew Glennie. Mark Ross, the captain for Coventry, winning a throw off Glennie. Andrew Tretton into touch, another throw to Coventry. Steve Powell turning well, but comes off him for a throw to Coventry. Taken by Mark Ross, the Coventry captain. Flick on there by Lavery towards Armstrong. It's into touch by Mackin. Throw in to Campbell. It's Lavery again. Throw into Coventry. Glennie appealing for the throw, but didn't get it. Armstrong. Chopra now. Didn't get the clearance well at all. And a great goal. by Peter Campbell, well over Peter Davis's head, restores Coventry's lead. 27 minutes into the second half. So Coventry soon back in the lead after 5 minutes after Steve Powell had equalised. Andrew Glennie now for Derby. Richard Lavery tackling him and winning out. Lavery with the kick, looking for Campbell. A goal kick. I'm sure it's a speculative shot, but it certainly found its mark. Steve Powell knocking it forward offside against Cunningham. Ryan Gallagher leaving it to Barry Jones to kick downfield. Looking for Simon Holt. A goal kick. Goal kick there, but Derby still in trouble. Mahoney now, Ejiofor blocks, Stretton forward, Steve Powell chasing the ball, which is going to drift out into touch. Throw into Derby, I think, when it comes in, or Coventry rather. And it's Simon Holt who's the injured party this time. Derby certainly been stunned by the goals of Peter Campbell this afternoon. The Coventry number 6, who drifted one in the first half with the wind over goalkeeper David Nelson, and then he's slashed one in. Glorious shot over the head of Derby's other goalkeeper, Peter Davis, 5 minutes after Steve Powell had equalised for Derby boys. Luke Mahoney with the slice there. Simon Holt unable to keep it in. Mark Alsop with the throw. Ejiofor now with the throw. Down for Cunningham. Cunningham fails to keep it in. Throw into Coventry. Andrew Glennie tries to find Steve Powell, but it's cut out. Simon Holt now with the ball. Ejiofor tackles. He's quickly tackled out of it though. Glennie there fighting away for Derby, but it's into touch off him for a throw to Coventry. Derby had a bit of a new spring in the step after Steve Powell's equaliser, been pegged back again, and it's Coventry that have got the spring in their step now. Throw in to Derby, played off Simon Holt. Ejiofor, Emeka Ejiofor tries to get past Luke Mahoney. Comes off him though, comes off Ejiofor for a throw in to Coventry. Luke Mahoney to take it. Simon Holt, forward by Campbell. Chopper again, clears Glennie forward. Now it's Andrew Trett. Forward for Steve Powell to chase. Powell on the chase here with Barry Jones. Powell looking for support. Across to Cunningham. Cunningham, Ejiofor in support. Ejiofor chips it back, but over the bar. So a wasted opportunity there for Derby. A good attack there with Steve Powell springing forward again. Bill to no avail. Barry Jones with the kick. Andrew Glennie. Cunningham trying to defy his lack of inches there. Ejiofor tackle out of it, and it's Luke Mahoney calmly back to goalkeeper Martin Frankish. Steve Bell knocking it forward for left winger Jimmy McDermott, and it's up on the stand roof from Mark Ross, the captain of Coventry. Throw into Derby. Andrew Glennie now with the throw. Going to be a long one. Short one into McDermott. Glennie with the cross. Cunningham gets ahead to it, but can only knock it through to Frankish. Andrew Glennie fails to control it, and it's Mark Ross forward for Coventry. And again, so Chopper fails to cut it out. And it's Ely now. Only to Campbell. Spread out to Lavery. And Chopper into touch to prevent Armstrong getting any further into Campbell. Lavery again. Neat move, but Tretton stops him into touch, and it comes off for Lavery, in fact, for a Derby ball. Goalkeeper Davis wants it, but doesn't get it. Jimmy McDermott does, but a foul by Ross on him gives Derby a free kick. And inevitably, as I say, Simon Mackin to take the kick. Barry Jones out. And a throw into Derby on the halfway line. Clearance to Armstrong, that was. Now it's Andrew Glennie for Derby. McDermott inside to Glennie. McDermott there with Ross. And Ross into touch, Derby ball. More fire about that attack. Glennie to take the throw. But out for Coventry ball. Lavery tussling with Andrew Ely. Andrew Glennie, throwing to Derby. They need a break quickly. Ejiofor turns inside. He's outnumbered. It comes to Cunningham. Cunningham needs support. Corner kick. Settles with the corner. Needs to be a good cross here. Big men up for Simon Mackin going up. Andrew Glennie's there. Andrew Tretton. Steve Powell, of course. Comes to Tretton. It's beaten by Mahoney. Mackin comes over. Ejiofor. Can he get a decent crossover? Does too. And McDermott shot on the turn, but high and wide. And Luke Mahoney. And a tussle there with Andrew Tretton. Who was I saying? I don't know whether his father was Dave Tretton, or his father is Dave Tretton, the former Derby youth goalkeeper. Luke Mahoney there. Receiving the treatment. So Derby trying all they know to get back into the game again. Good break that sent Steve Powell through the middle. Throwing pass across to Cunningham and then to Emeka Ejiofor was ruined rather by the latter with a poor cross, which went over the bar. Mahoney all right again. It'll be Barry Jones again to kick. He's drifting into touch. I don't think Simon Holt can catch that one. He can't. There's Emeka Ejiofor with the throw into Andrew Glennie. Punt forward there, cut out by Ryan Gallagher. It's Armstrong, Holt, beaten by Chopra. Now Allsop, Mark Allsop to Tretton. Glennie, it's Ejiofor, and obviously somebody offside. I don't think it was Ejiofor himself. Must have been Tretton or Powell. The kick is being taken where Emeka Ejiofor was, but Chopra, Allsop, Steve Powell underneath this. Breaks for Glennie. Glennie has got time to take his time, take the ball forward. 4 for Steve Powell. Barry Jones in quickly. Throw in to Derby boys. Jimmy McDermott. And it's now Peter Campbell, the 2-goal hero of Coventry, again down. These lads must be feeling a little bit of cramp as the afternoon drifts on. Jimmy McDermott with the ball. Coventry marking tightly. Although if they can get it over, Simon Mackin is on the edge of the penalty area. Ejiofor. Ryan Gallagher. Spot of trouble there, but trying to play it against Steve Powell and out for the goal kick. A little bit fortunate there, turning to play towards his own goalkeeper from that tight situation. Steve Powell in the way, but unable to prevent the goal kick. And that's it. So Coventry the victors here by 2-1, goals by Peter Campbell in the 7th minute of the first half, 27th minute of the second half, and a goal by Steve Powell for Derby, 22 minutes into the second half. Leaves the score. Derby under 13s, Derby boys under 13s 1, Coventry under 13s 2.